Let's build great families.
So many beautiful things come from being a husband and wife, father and mother.
Join us and let's journey together.
Hello.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon.
Good day. This is Family Watch and
This is Family Watch Live.
there you go. Here at Family Watch, we welcome you at Family Watch and we thank you for joining us once again. This evening, we have a very important topic. And welcome to Family Watch, where we bring you Catholic conversations.
At Family Watch, we believe that the path to the renewal of society and transformation of the church begins in and through the family by strengthening marriages, empowering parents, and bringing families closer to Christ.
Yes, this is Paul once again. And
I'm Denise Price. Welcome!
yes, maganda yung topic natin ngayong gabi.
Medyo
Controversial because
mainit siya.
yeah, like even in recent studies, it has been found out, not even found out, like in studies, it's the number one concern, or the number one issue or cause of a family or a marital problem. Like if there's yung kaguluhan, which is
Pera.
pera.
So the title for tonight is Pera, Pag-asa o Pahamak ng Isang Pamilya. Kasi sometimes, kahit tayo, when we were planning about this episode, medyo mainit talaga siyang conversation. It's very, I don't know, may siyang parang spicy siya no? Iba yung paglaki niya, iba yung paglaki ko sa pera. So, parang mong ipagsasama yung dalawang yun.
Yeah.
Tapos, for your own family. So, talagang
Yeah.
mahirap.
So be ready. Be ready for our topic tonight. But before that, we would like to ask you to comment where you are, where you're watching us, and say hi. So we can say hi back to you wherever you are. And yun.
So, don't forget, diba, in episode 1, we said we would have a notebook specifically for our episodes. And this is our second episode where we have guests. And tonight, we have a wonderful couple who really, I don't know, they gave us so much grace about money. Even our own marriage was helped, no? By these two. And hindi nila alam yon. Kasi, even leading to this episode, preparing for it, we really had a bit of a difficult time discussing money.
Yes.
So, let's not prolong it. Let's go.
Difficult in both ways, no? Pag meron, mahirap. Pag wala, mas mahirap.
Mahirap din. Kaya
Yeah.
nga, walang panalo diba? So, let's all welcome our guests for tonight. They
Is
are...
Edmond and Leigh Tobias.
Welcome, guys. Edmond and Leigh have been happily married for 18 years and have 7 energetic children. Talo tayo, honey. They started out as classmates, turned college sweethearts,
Wow.
and Edmond and Leigh also serve in EduChild and are advocates of deliberate parenting. Please welcome Edmond and Leigh Tobias. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
It's so
Paul
nice
and
to
Denise,
have
and
you
good evening to
here.
everyone.
Thank you
We're
very
happy to
much
be here.
for
We're honored to be
responding
here.
to our invitation to be our guest or para naming i-grill.
Hindi Marami nga namin natutunan sa kanila
Gawin naming rason, especially pag nagtatalo na kami. Sabi sabi ni Edmond ganito
Sabi ni Lee.
I don't quote that.
Alam niyo po, kasi yun nga, no? So, kami ni Paul, we were preparing with Edmond and Leigh. And dami talaga naming natutunan. And honestly, these are such nuggets of wisdom It opened our eyes to so many things, and I think you will too. So
Yes.
take it away.
Yes, yeah. Well, first concern, I would like to, like, when you introduce them, narinig ko doon na they have 7 kids. Like, as a father,
Mm-hmm.
a father from who is like tasked to provide for the family. Parang ang common conception kasi nating lahat, like especially lalaki, ikaw yung magtataguyod sa pamilya mo, right? Ikaw yung magdadala sa pamilya mo or provide for the family. Parang ang question ko kay Edmond is, hindi naman pinag-isipan, pinagplanuhan nyo ba yon na ganon? Hindi naman, ako sa tingin ko, hindi naman marami ang 7 eh. Nung kami nga ni Denise nag-uusap kami, nung engaged kami, pinag-usapan namin is 10 eh.
Okay, it's not about
Wow.
us.
Sige. About Edmond, like,
How
did you
generous.
really plan like to have that much of kids within your family?
Yeah, me, I know she wanted a lot of kids, but we never discussed the number, no? But I think the number inside my head before we got married was about 3 or 4, no?
Siya yun.
Ako yun, no? So, again, things change, no? A lot of things, no? I actually, when we got our fourth, I started getting worried nga, no? Oh Lord, kakayanin ko pa ba itong ano? Kasi nga, I think the school rates are different from the time that we were going to school, no? Especially Leo really wanted them to go to really good schools din naman, just to make sure that they're competitive, no? So in my head it was 4, but we never put a magic number to it. No? I guess she had a bigger number in her head, no? When we were
Mine was 6, actually.
Oh, so you're above your quota.
yes.
Pero tingnan mo naman si Edmond and Leigh. I mean, di naman sila mukhang kawawa just because 7 ang kids nila, diba? In fact, they're able to provide. So, ano ba yung sikreto na yon na paano ba sila nakakapag-provide sa malaking pamilya and still be happy, be healthy, everything's in order, diba?
Yeah, like even when you are starting, like kung nagsisimula pa lang yung pamilya mo, unang worry mo kagad, like once nagsabi yung asawa mo na, honey, buntis ako. Naku, ang unang pumapasok sa utak ng lalaki noon is, saan ko dadalhin na ospital ito? Or ano kaya?
Diaper, dede.
Simula na. Lalo na sa pagpangalawa na, okay, balik naman tayo sa diaper at gatas. So, parang ganun. So,
But that's not the problem. Ikaw talaga.
so
oo.
how did you So paano kayo pumasok sa ganung conversation, like in the dynamics of paano naging factor yung pera sa pagpaplano
pamilya.
nyo sa pamilya nyo? Yeah.
Totoo yung yung sinasabi mo, no, Paul? Actually, when she would say that, of course, we're always happy when she says that, oh, I'm pregnant, no? But after that initial joy of, and you're jumping, siguro 2 or 3 days after you realize, oops, I have to prepare again. Kasi, lalo na ako, I always have that magic number of the expenses, no? So, memorize ko na yung previous hospital expense, no? So, alam ko na rin yung mga PF, alam ko rin yung mga pagdadaanan. So, of course, number one, I think I would say is you live within your means. No? So, we knew what we were making at that time, and we had to put everything, to a point na kasha. No? We had enough. We put aside enough.
We're very transparent with each other.
Yeah.
We know each other's salary.
Mhm.
We know what goes to the expenses and what goes a bit to the savings.
Although at that time, ako personally, I always felt na parang kulang palagi, no? Parang, but, every time she gives birth, there was always enough.
Oo,
Enough.
talagang yun.
Yeah.
Totoo din yun sa amin
True.
yun. Parang, when there's about to give birth, pregnancy, there's a project, God really provides. Ang galing talaga
Yeah,
nun.
yeah.
So,
So what's the first
sabi nila, live within your means. So, ano ibig sabihin nun? Parang, kung ito lang ang sweldo natin,
Yeah.
hanggang dyan lang
Kasahin
tayo.
natin.
Hindi tayo gagastos na
Right.
iba, di ba? So, ibig sabihin nun, alam ni Lee yung sweldo ni Edmond and alam ni Edmond yung sweldo ni Lee at pinag-uusapan nila. So, meron ba kayong parang, okay, budget night tonight after dinner? Ganito tayo, ops, yung ganito yung kuryente natin this month. Ganun ba kayo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, when she's pregnant, ako yun, ako kung nagagalit siya sa akin. Going back to those times, no? We took away some things, no? We took away some things that we don't need maybe for that time, no? To make sure that we have enough. Maybe,
For going trip.
yeah, maybe ako, without first or few kids, we didn't really go on trips. So the luxuries that we had at that time was going to malls, maybe at the most eating out, not even in the fancy restaurants, no, simple restaurants. No? So we took those out, no. We took those out when she's pregnant. No? But we find a way to have good dinners at home. She's a good cook, no. But syempre, when she's pregnant, I found hindi naman madalas, but I found little ways to make her happy na madami namang YouTube, no? Kokopya ako ng mga salmon recipes. Para makalimutan niya yung lalabas kami ng mall. A bit, no? So, I think it was a matter of knowing what we could take out and what we needed to make sure. Of course, we had to make sure that she had the vitamins, and I think she had to drink some
milk, some
may
prenatal
special milk
milk.
na iniinom siya, no? So, ako naman naghahanap ako ng milk na ano ba yung
Mas mura.
ano yung mas mura, ano yung pwede na without sacrificing the nutrition, no?
Pero yun nga, no, Edmond and Lee, parang sinasabi mo, gusto ko kumain ng Italian food. Ngayong gabi, mag-date tayo Italian food. Pero yung budget nyo, hindi naman pasok sa Italian restaurant. So, ang gagawin nyo, YouTube, magluto kayo ng sarili nyong food, di ba? So, kailangan lang ng konting, ano ba yun, playing around with the budget. Yes, ang ganda na. So, nagiging innovative pa kayo, nagiging very, you learn how to cook this, mas marunong na kayo, ang galing. So,
I used to watch a lot of cooking shows, feeling ko cooking yung mga napapanood sa
Tyler,
mga food, parang,
Food Network.
Feeling ko ganun ako kagaling.
Feeling lang.
But
I'm just curious, no? Like, how did it get you started on that aspect? Like, did you have, like, on the aspect of, like, when talking about money, did you have a conversation na parang ito yung gagastusin natin sa pamilya, ito yung covered mo or ito yung covered ko? Meron ba kayong ganong separation or meron ba kayong ganong agreement na when it comes to money and spending within the family? Like, ang alam ko, may ibang couple, like, they have their own separate bank accounts. Di ba parang, so, how did you manage your household knowing all these factors that should be there in the first place?
Yes. In fact, when we were starting, we had an Excel sheet. Edmond is very orderly and he likes to plan things ahead. He's very practical also. So he wants to see ano yung sweldo. So that's like, if you have a financial sheet, those of you are familiar, you have your revenue, you have your operating expenses, and then your bottom line, your net profit, diba? But we didn't do it naman that way. But we're both business graduates kasi, so we understand more or less. So this is my salary, this is his salary, okay, combined. And then these are expenses, electricity, water, phone, milk, or everything else. And then the loan, of course, it's like the biggest chunk because we were amortizing the house we were staying in. So, and then at the bottom, there's a little, sometimes a little bit of savings that, he can spend for his games, which is rare. Or sometimes I could, parang I don't know, a new maternity shirt or a dress or something. So there's a little bit of that. And in terms of, let's say groceries, when we were beginning, so usually small packs pa lang, but as we were getting more, and since now, like, we have 5 boys and they eat like monsters. They eat like so much. So like the bigger packs, the economy sizes. In fact, when I go to supermarkets, just, a quick anecdote, yung mga kahera, because I have 2 big carts. Because I do my grocery monthly. And then they go, "Ma'am, may sari-sari store po kayo." Buhay ko, marami lang talaga akong anak. So even in like the bigger the size, it's more economical. But some people say bigger cash out. But if you think of it, you can actually in the long run, stretch it out a bit. And even my kids know, like the cereals only come out every Monday and their favorite spreads, even up to now. So, pag naubos na yan by Wednesday or Thursday because malakas sila kumain ng cereals, then they have to wait for the next Monday for that. Chucky, for example,
Wow.
which is a treat for them. We only have it every Sunday. So they look forward to it. So before, Edwin would just bring out 1 liter of Chucky. Then he goes, sige, sige, I have a little bit extra. So I can now bring out 2 Chuckies a week. Kasi nga, they really drink a lot.
We noticed kasi with the one Chucky, there were 6 or 7 na sila. Parang
Kalahati.
nakikita mo, kapag-glass lang. Parang, sige.
Kawawa
Alam
naman.
mo, bihira din kami bumili ng Chucky kasi it's such a special thing in our family. Wow, may Chucky pag open ng ref.
So
That's
those
so
little
funny.
things, I mean, they look forward to treats, as what Edmond said earlier, like when we go to the mall, McDo lang. I mean, we're happy. We don't have to go to some, fine dining restaurant. And then we were able to, napagkakasya namin. Meaning, like, if there's a little bit of extra, then we celebrate, some pizza with the kids. But, going back to planning it out. And then, so we see the electricity and all of the bills. And then he will say, nako, kailangan pang, additional income for something. And then eventually, for the past, siguro, 7 or 6 years, we came up with a side business to also augment our salaries. So it's just a business here in the village. It's meats and seafood. And then, so, pang dagdag ng pagsweldo ng yaya, ng helpers, or the driver. So instead of like, getting, slicing off from our salaries, we are able to add and get,
And also,
Galing. So,
Yeah.
isa din
getting
yun,
the
honey,
kids
na
involved.
they can have a side business kahit sa mga kapitbahay lang, pambili lang ng bigas or pambili lang ng kung ano man, no? Chucky.
Right.
Extra Chucky. Why not? Hindi nakakahiya. Hindi yun nakakahiya. In
Right.
fact, we do that also, no?
Yeah, but I think that's what makes it like powerful in what you're doing as a couple, because you are more on like, those are one of the great attitudes that you have. Is number one is you plan, you talk as a couple, you come together and then plan and then be transparent with each other.
Right.
And then, one factor there is like you trust each other. Like may tiwala ka. Like going back to my question, like parang paano nyo sinisimulan pag-usapan yung pera, is number one is you must have trust with each other dahil mag-asawa na kayo and then you are both in it together, di ba?
Yeah.
Together,
So ano
right.
ba yung unang great attitude, honey?
Number one is trust. Tiwala sa isa't isa. Di ba? Like, it can come in many practical aspects. Like kung may tiwala ka sa asawa mo, it doesn't matter kung magkahiwalay kayo ng bank account or isa lang yung bank account ninyo.
Tama.
So pag may tiwala sa mag-asawa, hindi yun factor kung paano nyo hinahawakan yung pera.
So walang
No?
isang rule sa pagkahawak ng pera na dapat joint account lahat o
Or
kanya-kanya. Ikaw yung electricity, ako yung tubig, ikaw yung ganyan, ako yung... Okay lang yun. You can have your own rules in your own family just as long as
there's
transparent.
yeah.
that
There's
yung
trust and
and-
then transparency. Yes.
So dalawa na yun.
Yeah.
Great attitude. So yung una yung transparency nga, like Lee and Edmond, they know each other's salaries. Doon sila nagwo-work and they seem to be that works for them, no? Kasi nga, klaro walang tinatago. Ginugol ko yung ano ba ang transparency ng Tagalog. Medyo mahirap siya. Aninaw. Tama ba yun?
Wow, aninaw.
Diba? Hindi ko nga alam kung tama. So, I got one that I understood.
Ang alam ko lang transparency, yung nilalagay mo sa projector dati.
Acetate. You're going to say that.
Choir ng church. Ang old school
Halata yung age.
yung ano naman, clear, malinaw. So, ibig sabihin nga, ano kayo, parang...
Wala kang tinatago.
Oo, walang
walang
sikreto
tinatago.
tungkol sa pera.
Walang
kasi,
numbered account.
Oo, kasi... wish ko lang. Hindi. Kasi nga, para ikabubuti ng pamilya, ikabubuti ng lahat, no? So yung transparency na yon, na you're open to each other, you're open to the plans for your family.
Yeah.
That's the first great attitude. So, openness, no?
Yeah.
Even tayo, when we were discussing, I learned some things about Paul pala that I didn't know before when we were discussing this. So, I mean, we've been married for 18 years and ngayon ko lang nalaman. And that helped us so much, no? So, that openness is really, really important. So, the first great attitude is transparency.
Yeah. And then trust.
So, okay, go. The next one. Paano yung next?
Isn't it? Because sa tingin ko naman, transparency can only come next after trusting. You trusting your spouse, nagtiwala ka, and then yung sinasabi din ni Edmond kanina na may tiwala din siya na pag may parating na baby or pag pregnant yung sili, may dumarating naman na project or may pera namang pumapasok. So there's also like that trust in your partner, in your spouse, and trust in God. Yeah.
So paano halimbawa Edmond and Leigh, halimbawa ang alam ko Leigh took a lesser paying job para makasama yung mga bata.
Right.
Malaking bagay yun kasi kung ang corporate job mo ay nakakapag nakakapagbayad ng madami, pero ngayon mas maliit na lang ang sweldo mo, pero kasama mo naman yung mga bata. Kwento mo nga sa amin yun. Okay ba yun? Decision na yun? Ano ba ang nangyari sa inyo?
Yeah, so that happened how many years? About 5 years ago. Okay, so I was in the corporate world, and an opportunity came along and then presented itself to me because I was really busy at that time. Like I would have TVCs. I was in marketing. I still am in marketing. So I have TVCs. I'm so pregnant. I'm like 7 months pregnant. I do my offline, online. I come home at 11 p.m. It was really toxic. It was really, and at the time I think I had 5 kids pa lang. So it came to a point na parang nakakapagod. I get home, they're done with dinner. I'll be, going home 2 hours to my office.
Crying on the road. As we're having dinner, she's crying on the road.
I really wanted to be with the kids. I really wanted to spend time with them. And since I love kids, ever since I was a little girl, I really love, being with kids, ergo the 7 children. So it came to that point na parang, yes, we're living a little bit, better off, more comfortably. But PTC siya. Events sa mga bata siya. And most of the events of the kids, they would always see Edmond, like whether it's in Rosehill or in Northfield in these private schools. So in effect, parang I was like, am I really, giving my all? Yes, I'm helping out, provide financially, but there's a trade-off. So when finally I decided to move this job where I'm in, which I'm very happy in, of course I had to take a pay cut. I mean, yes, it was a leap of faith, but at the same time, I knew that I was going to spend more time with the kids. In fact, just to share with you, during our dinner, a week, I think, before I resigned, I told the kids na, Mom's moving to a new job. It's going to be in Paris, and then I'm going to be, resigning from my previous company, from a telco company. And then, you know what? My 4th child said, Mom, when are you starting? So they were that eager. They were that excited na, Mom, get out of that job and then move, parang spend time with us. So afterwards, okay, the nice thing about it and the trust, which Paul was saying earlier, really played an important role, because I had so much trust in God that He will provide. And I had so much trust in Him also as my husband that kaya mo yan. I mean, of course, we have to let go of certain things again, pero kakayanin mo yan. And you know what's the nice thing about it? Kung ano man yung nakaltas, whatever was, cut from my salary, he was able to talk to his boss, and that same approximately the same amount was given to him. And I was just like, wow. I mean, our Lord really provides.
I'm getting goosebumps.
I mean, it's true. I mean, I was thinking, he will get a little bit, or, let's say I had to let go of the car, the gasoline, all the other, my medical insurance was really very good. But, the trade-off was so much more. I mean, it was more beneficial for our family, and, things got better. I was able to attend the PPCs. I was able to attend all the mga competitions of the kids and all of that, the clubs. So, yeah.
So, you mentioned nga, Paul, the trust is very important. I think her trust in me through the years gave me so much confidence in what I could do for the family. Of course, having faith also, but her trust in me. Sometimes I didn't trust myself the way she trusted me, no? So parang, wow, how can she trust me that way that I don't even trust myself that much, no? Parang, pero with her, the way she puts that trust in me, I feel like, maybe nga kaya ko, maybe I can do it. What she's saying. yun nga, Lee mentioned when I go to my daughter's mga event, I think siguro I'm the only maybe
Father
2 or
there.
3 dads out of 50 moms, no? So I feel like, oh, okay, who do I talk to here, no? Parang, so but I see my daughter. I mean,
So happy.
she's happy, but I have to admit, I think she was happier when it was Lee attending na. No? So yun nga, I was able to discuss that with my boss at that time, and I didn't even know that he would do that, and it was it
Galing.
was a
Yeah,
smooth
yeah, very good.
transition. No? It was a smooth transition from her departure in the corporate world. No, very thankful for that. No?
Very, very thankful.
Galing. So ang galing no, Nani. So, the second great attitude is trust, no? Trust in each other and trust in God. God will provide.
Yeah.
Galing.
Yeah.
I will write
And
that down.
I think what encapsulates all this is sa inyong dalawa is you see which has greater value other than looking beyond the value of the money that you can contribute within the family, but you see beyond the value that are more valuable, which is your family. Like when you came to that decision of taking a lower paying job, like resigning from your higher paying job. So, parang mas nakita mo yung alin ang mas mahalaga.
Right.
Then, minsan kasi yun ang pinag-aawayan ng mga asawa. Sinasabi ko nga kay Denise kanina, kung nag-aaway tayo ng pera, pagkatapos natin mag-away ng pera, wala pa din naman tayong pera. So anong value ng
pag-aaway?
Anong value ng pag-aaway? So wag
wala
na lang tayo mag-away tungkol sa pera. Pag-awayan na lang natin kung paano natin makikita ano ang mas mahalaga kaysa sa pera na pinag-aawayan natin. And I think that's one value when your kids said, like, kailan ka mas excited sila? Hindi sila excited sa bagong toy or toy na binibigay mo, mamahaling toy na binibigay mo sa kanila, no?
Oh, mas excited sila na kasama ka nila.
Right.
I'm sure that's such a wonderful blessing for the kids talaga na, well, syempre, maganda rin naman na nandun si Edmond. Pero sorry, Edmond, iba talaga ang nanay. Iba talaga.
True.
So the second great attitude is that trust. Second pala tayo. Trust in God and trust in each other, no? So, parang that really kasama siya parang hindi siya nga hiwalay dun sa first attitude kasi parang interwoven, transparent ka, open ka, and therefore parang you are vulnerable to the other person and you allow that person to trust you and you trust that person. So much so na nung si Lee lumiit yung sweldo, tumaas naman tong si Edmond, di ba? Kinausap naman niya yung asawa niya, excuse me, boss, ganito ang nangyayari sa amin. At tinulungan ng boss, di ba? So, pwede pala yun. Pwede mo pala sabihin na, boss, kasi dahil kay anak, kailangan yung asawa ko, kailangan ganito. We have to teach the audience, Edmond and Leigh, kung ano sasabihin nila na, pwede pala yun.
You have to perform din naman. You can't just
Siyempre.
Performing.
I was thankful that at that time that it happened, medyo the performance of the company was very good at the time.
Oo.
So,
which is why you are a team player, Edmond. Yun yung importante na alam mo na Lee took a low-paying job and that you knew that you had to medyo step it up a bit and that it was okay with you. Kasi nga, you trusted each other na hindi naman ibig sabihin na mas maliit yung sweldo ni Lee. Hindi, nakaupo na lang siya doon at, umiinom na lang ng wine gabi-gabi. Of course not, di ba? As a mother, you still have so many other things to do and the job that she's doing still, involves a lot of thinking and still marketing, right? So, ang dami pa rin yung kailangan gawin. So, yun. It's it's overwhelming what we're discussing kasi parang dikit-dikit kasi siya, so it's really woven. So, being transparent and being honest with each other gives you that power to move forward
Right.
regardless of kung ano man yung pera mo, kung ano, ilan man yung savings nyo or wala. In
Yeah.
fact, meron nga ako ding tinanong, 10 naman ang anak niya, sabi naman nila, we never had savings. Pero lahat yun nakatapos mag-aral, lahat yun may
Galing.
pagkain, lahat yun may damit, 'di ba? So, ang pera talaga hindi siya yung importante, ang importante yung yung ginagamitan ng pera, yung goal. So which brings us
Right.
to the third great attitude, Mr. Price.
Yeah. Which is value of hard work and money. Which is, that's what I was trying to explain kanina. It's like the valuing, which has of greater value sa pamilya nyo. Yun yung in-explain ni Lee kanina.
Oo.
Yeah.
Right.
O nga, so yung tatlong yun, no, Lee? So, paano mo na ituturo sa pamilya mo, ninyo ni Edmond, na yung value of hard work? So, hindi ibig sabihin nag-resign ka dun sa telcom job mo na nakaupo ka na lang, 'di ba? You're still working hard. So how do you show the kids the value of hard work?
Okay. To be very specific about it, no, we talk to the children about the value of hard work. Now, mom and dad are not just, sitting at home and be waiting for our salaries to come in, but they see their dad working hard. They see me also working hard in our respective companies. And then also very specific is the side business that I mentioned earlier. We actually trained our kids, at least the older ones, our eldest, Rafa, to be in charge of it, meaning he does the inventory. He's the one who packs the meats and the seafoods and does the receipt. So he sees also that there's value in hard work and the value of money, that we just don't, buy everything that they need and the grocery and, extra wins or whatever it is, or we want this to go to this place or to that place. So that when he sees that pinaghirapan niya, okay, to say it in Philippines, pinaghirapan niya, then he sees the value na this hard work, there's actually, compensation for it. Because, for example, we have a high sales, let's say lang for the week. And then Edmund goes, okay, this summer, since we were able to, have good sales, we can go to the beach. So they see also na may kapalit. And when they work hard, and then of course the other kids, the other one naman, for a time we had this parang other product. My daughter naman was the one taking care of it. She's the one who packs it and all of that. So, and then the other one naman is the one who messages if there's new stocks coming in the Viber group, because everything is just done through the Viber. So each one sees. And then minsan, kung maglalakad yung isa outside the village, kasama na rin niya yung delivery. Ilalakad na lang niya if it's like on the same street or the next street. So they see na, again, the teamwork, which you mentioned earlier, the trust in each other, that you will do your job. Of course, there's still mistakes, Denise and Paul. And like, when they make mistakes, we try to correct them na, okay, you didn't compute this right, Rafa, or you're supposed to, put instead of 1 kilo, it's supposed to be 2 kilos because the customer ordered another one. So, yun. So, it's a work in progress.
Yeah.
It's not perfect. But what's important is they see the value of the hard work and the value of money as well.
Yeah, the younger one. Just a short anecdote. We have the sixth kid always likes to get free ice cream from his kuya. No? The kuya is very generous naman.
Yeah.
Once he gets his tiny salary weekly, he sometimes treats his siblings. No?
Yeah.
So he asked me, how come Rafa always has money? Sabi niya. So I explained, because he works for the business. So he gets a salary, a small salary. Ooh, maybe I should work for the business.
He's 7 years old.
So maybe when you're a little bigger, when you can compute, or maybe you can help out fixing. So at that age, he's already seeing the cause and effect of how his brother was able to treat them. And I was very happy. We didn't even force Rafa to treat them.
Yeah.
It came from his own. That he when he would get gas, he would buy donuts in Petron for his siblings.
Oy, magnegosyo na rin tayo sa village.
So the kids themselves can see beyond the value of the money. They see more of the relationship they have with each other. That relationship entails like sharing. And then,
Saka yung ikaw mismo yung pupunta doon, magde-deliver, ikaw nag-i-empake na. That money doesn't just all of a sudden in the ATM, di ba? Ganon. So,
True.
Meron siyang source, and the source is hard work. Hindi
Yeah,
siya yung
yeah, yeah.
basta-basta na lang
Na
no na
pinamimigay
oh,
or you just
Right.
all
pinupulot,
of a
'di ba?
sudden parang matulog ka lang paggising mo meron ng pera doon sa ilalim ng ng unan mo.
Walang ganon.
And it's a
Yeah,
Wala.
yeah,
Ang
yeah.
an
galing. So the
opportunity to
kids,
teach them talaga different things. Like example, when we would deliver to houses, Rafa would be a little shy, no? He wouldn't greet, no? So he would just order
Ring the
nyo.
bell. Oo,
In
ganon.
fact, nakakatawa pa yung una niyang deliver. Ulam po, because it's not ulam, Rafa. We're delivering meat, no? So,
Wow, thank you very much. Ang daming lessons,
so
ha.
we will have to. I told him you have to greet if it's good evening or
Good
good
morning.
morning. So you have to greet. But Dad, it's not naman the owner. Yeah, but it's even if it's the helper will in turn tell the owner, oh, the one who delivered is kind of masungit. Diba? So that will reflect.
Reflect on
That
us.
will reflect, Rafa. So you have to be nice, whoever it is, whoever is
ang
receiving it.
galing.
So it's a chance for him to teach them virtues.
Yeah.
So we
Oo, ang
think that
daming lessons, no? Ang dami
Yeah,
palang lessons ng may mini negosyo sa
Yeah.
isang pamilya. Ganda,
Yeah,
ganda nun.
In summary, Edmond, like what can you say to like other fathers who are also struggling in or wrestling with the idea of like providing for their family? Like what can you tell them in summary of all the things that we have shared tonight or today?
Oh, number one, first you do passionately what you're doing. It's easier when you're passionately doing something that you like. No, it's easier to work. I work in a dog food company. I love dogs. So it's very easy for me to go to work. I love what I do. I used to be in marketing, but I was transformed by my boss to be a sales guy. So I wasn't as friendly before, but I've learned to be friendly. And you have to be genuinely friendly. No? So first of all, you love what you do. You work hard on your craft. And then if there's an opportunity, as mentioned by Lee, to have that side hustle, no, it's very good for the family. Aside from, I mean,
Wow.
of course, the income is good, no, but I think I'm very happy when I'm with my son now, because when we deliver together, it's my bonding time with him. I always tell you,
Yeah.
that an hour or during Saturday morning, I enjoy talking to him because he's learned a lot. Although, syempre meron pa rin siyang mga little. So that's what, and it's my chance to share with him what I know, what I've learned. I always tell him that I know you will be better than me. Try to learn more. I think he's smarter than me already. So
Started
so
young,
that's my
galing, no?
yeah. But of course, by not influencing also what, of course, I'd like him to follow my footsteps, pero I don't know yet, no. But we try to help them with what we know. That's what I can share. Of course, there were struggles, Paul. No? There were struggles along the way. A lot of it. I think her faith in me made me more confident, and then our faith in God, no, helped us through those trials. Of course, there were disagreements. A lot of
Yeah.
them, I think, caused by me primarily.
Yun naman.
So, of course, we have to understand each other, trust in our plans. No, of course, the plans would shift through the years. No, depending on where we are, what stage we are. No? And it's nice to look back on it. We share with the kids during this time. Of course, the older ones know you're lucky now because when we were young, Dad couldn't buy this, buy that food for us. Now you get that now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so it's
Thank
nice to
you.
look back. Yeah.
And just to add one last na lang. is
Yes,
really
actually, Lee, I
prayer.
was gonna ask you.
Yeah.
As the wife naman, no, how do we support our husbands? Siyempre, parang one of the things that kailangan talaga nilang the roles is, to provide, but also as mommies, we also provide. But how do we support our husbands in that way?
Okay. So yun nga, we mentioned earlier, being a team, it's always, since we're in a family, it's always, for the good of the family, for the good of the children, for the good of each other. And of course, we also pamper each other in terms of having dates. Okay. So if one way to take care of that relationship, that open communication, that trust, is that we spend quality time with each other. So or it doesn't even have to be a date. Sometimes we just walk around the village. That's when we, talk about the day. We talk about, what happened, his challenges at work, my challenges at work. And then from there, sometimes we get to talk about financial matters. So how are we going to do this, or how are we going to approach that? And then what I wanted to say earlier was, while Edmund was talking, is prayer. Aside from the trust, the transparency, and the value of work and money, I think to tie that all in, we pray. I mean, that faith in God is very,
Yeah.
how do you say that? It's very evident. It's very, very much present in our lives. And even the children know that, when we pray, of course, sometimes God doesn't give everything. He, at his own pace, at his own time. But God always listens to us. So that's what we also teach the children, to have that faith in God that, He will always provide for us. He will always take care as long as we do our part. That's where the value of hard work comes in.
Galing!
Wow.
Sabi ko sa inyo madami kayo matututunan. Diba? So, Edmond and Leigh, thank you so much talaga. So, I just want to repeat the 3 great attitudes that we discussed about money tonight is transparency, pagiging open nyo sa isa't isa, trusting each other. That means team player kayo. Minsan, ikaw malaki
Right.
sweldo, minsan ikaw.
Yeah.
Pero kailangan team player, pati kasama pala mga bata sa pagiging team player. Tapos yung pangatlo, the value of hard work, teaching the kids also kung paano ba tong paano kumita, ang importante, ano yung dynamics ng business. At ang pinaka-mahalagang natutunan ko sa kanila, honey, is that money, although it's important, is not the goal. So, hindi natin goal yung kumita ng madami. Kung hindi, goal natin yung pamilya. So, the money is used for the family. The main goal is the family. Ang ganda!
Yes. Thank you very much, Edmond and Leigh, for giving us this wisdom of
Thank you.
Thank you
yours,
also. Thank
for
you
sharing
also.
your wisdom.
Super,
Thank you
so
very much. And it's time to say goodbyes.
Yeah, so our next episode is on April 21. Yeah, so we'll see you then.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much,
and-
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you,
And take care,
Edmond and
everyone.
Leigh.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Let's build great families.
So many beautiful things come from being a husband and wife, father and mother.
Join us and let's journey together.